The West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, had already suspended Mali from the organization after the military took over the government more than a year ago. But after junta leaders rolled back on promises to hold elections to return the country to a civilian government next month, leaders of ECOWAS nations met in Ghana's capital Accra to discuss the political situation. The group said the junta's proposal to move back to civilian rule within 5 years was unacceptable, and the decision to continue to impose sanctions, including the freezing of financial assets and travel bans on the country, was made.
These additional sanctions include: first, the withdrawal of ambassadors of all ECOWAS member states in Mali. Second, closure of land and air border between ECOWAS member countries and Mali. Third, suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Mali.
ECOWAS has also frozen Mali's assets in the regional bloc's central and commercial banks and suspended all financial support given to the country. In response, Mali has recalled all of its ambassadors in nations across West Africa and says it is shutting its borders with those countries. It is unclear the extent ECOWAS sanctions will affect Mali's economy, but some analysts believe it could deepen poverty and insecurity in the country.
You don't expect a credible progressive elections to be held in such a state of insecurity. In fact, things are so bad to the extent that the Malian authorities even had to seek the services of Wagner, with some alleging, some French sources alleging that there are well over 400 of them active in the country, with about 200 based in the town of Ségou, not far from Bamako.
Analysts want the West African leaders to negotiate with the transitional authority in Mali to decide on a new timeline to return the country to a civilian government.
I think February is too early. It's not practical. So if there's a way, and I also think, on the other hand, that 4 or 5 years is a bit too much. So if they can, on a gentleman basis, meet each other halfway, maybe a year or two, I think that could help. However, the most important bit to all of this is for the human securities to be addressed. And this cannot be done by the Malians alone or the military junta alone. They need the help of ECOWAS.
Mali's military junta says the transitional authority is open to dialogue with leaders of the regional bloc, but ECOWAS says it will only lift the sanctions after an acceptable and agreed timeline to return Mali to a civilian government is reached.